What's going on, sauce makers? My name is Mark and welcome to Sauce Stache. Today, we're making tortillas. So we're gonna start with a simple corn tortilla recipe. We're gonna make a flour tortilla recipe to make tortilla chips. There's gonna be a whole bunch of tortillas in this video, so keep watching. Let's get started. First up, corn tortillas. To make corn tortillas, you're gonna need 2 cups of corn flour or masa flour, 1.5 cups of hot water, and about 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Now I have here a Tortilla Press. This thing is really cool, it's really inexpensive, and it makes making tortillas really easy, and they're really fun to use. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to mix the masa with the salt, give it a little whisk, and then we're going to slowly pour in the water. Now you might not need all of the water depending on your humidity and location, so that's why we're going to add it slowly. So once we got the water incorporated, I'm going to use a small spatula to mix it in. So now with this lumpy consistency, we're going to want to finish adding the water. And we're starting to get closer to what we're looking for. Once we're at this point, I'm going to use my hands to form it into a ball. So after about a minute of mixing, you're going to have a nice soft dough ball. Now it's not sticky, it's a little damp, but it's not sticky, and it's pretty soft. It's almost like a soft Play-Doh. So once you get to that point, we're gonna wanna cover this up and let it rest for about an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour for the corn dough ball. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this guy out. You can feel it's pretty firm. So let's go ahead and you can see what the inside of that looks like. So we're gonna separate the dough ball into 12 small circles. So next we're gonna form each one of these into about a golf ball sized ball. Then, using our tortilla press with a freezer bag cut in half, you can use plastic wrap, you can use some wax paper folded, whatever's easier for you. The plastic bag seems to work pretty easy. We're then gonna take our dough ball, set it down slightly off center, and then let the weight of the press press down mostly on itself, and then use the handle, and you're gonna wanna put the weight on the back end of the handle. If you put it on the front end of the handle, this might snap. Now we have a cast iron skillet on a medium high, lightly brushed with some olive oil. We're going to place the corn tortilla down into the skillet and then move on to your next ball. Now this is going to cook for about 30 seconds to a minute on each side, and you just want it to have some nice brown mark. So that's it, the corn tortilla. This is really simple, really easy. This thing comes out amazing. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, so with this, you can use this for some tacos, you can do this in a bunch of different recipes, but what we're gonna use this for next is we're going to make some corn tortilla chips. I have most of my corn tortillas here because that's what I planned on using them for, but I'm gonna brush a little bit of peanut oil with some salt, and then there's just a little sprinkle of lime juice in, maybe a teaspoon of lime juice. You don't have to do the lime juice, I just like the flavor of that. And then cut out tortilla chips. So now I'm just gonna line them evenly on a baking sheet and bake these on 400 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes. And then we're gonna flip them over and give them about another 3 to 5 minutes. So let's do that. Alexa, stop the timer. Oh, corn tortilla chips. Look at these things. These are amazing. These things are so good. So all you gotta do is throw a little bit of salt on them. You can throw some garlic salt on them. Listen to that crunch. So next up, flour tortillas. Flour tortillas are really simple. All you need is 2 cups of flour, 3/4 cups of water, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. So essentially, we're just gonna mix these together, form them into a small dough ball, let them rest for a few minutes, and then press into tortillas. Let's get moving. In a large bowl, add your flour and salt, quickly mix together, then add in your olive oil and add most of your water. Combine all of the ingredients until you get a nice dough ball. So once we get this flaky consistency, it's gonna be pretty safe to start adding a little bit more water. I just went ahead and added the rest of my water, and I'm just gonna start turning this and just kneading it into a dough ball. So the dough ball is gonna be just a little spongy and not sticky. That's one of the most important things. Just make sure that it's not a sticky dough ball. Let's let this rest for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna press them out into some tortillas. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. We're gonna take this ball here and divide it into 8 equal sections to make 8 smaller balls. Then all we wanna do is roll these into small, slightly larger than a golf ball sized dough balls. The rounder you get them, the rounder your tortilla is going to be. Now, of course, if you want burrito shells, you're going to make these dough balls larger. You can make these however big you want. That's the coolest thing. If you have a 12-inch pan and you want a 12-inch burrito shell, make a ball about twice the size of these. I'm gonna preheat my iron skillet on a medium-high heat, add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of the pan. Now, I'm gonna use my tortilla press for this just because it's fun. You don't have to. You can actually use a rolling pin and roll these out. It's just these will get an even thinness, and that's exactly what you want in a tortilla. I think this is ready to go, and you'll hear it fry up. So we're only gonna let these cook for about 30 seconds or so. You'll see the top kind of get a little translucent, and then flip it over. You want a little bit of browning on it, and you could flip back and forth. It doesn't have to be just one flip and done. That's how you make a flour tortilla. It's hot. So you could use the flour tortilla for your tacos, your burritos, enchiladas, quesadillas. So much you could do with these. These are a million times better than what you're gonna buy in the store. Super easy, only takes a few minutes to make. They're perfect. You make these for friends coming over for the big game, they're gonna go berserk. Well, that's what I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please click the subscribe button and click the little bell so that way you get notified every time I upload a new video. And click the like button and leave a comment down below. I would love to know what you think. Let me know if you're gonna make one of these. And I'll leave the link in the description for the Tortilla Press. That thing's awesome. It's good to have. You can make tons of other stuff besides just tortillas, but it's really cool to have that little press. And I'm also going to leave the links for all of my social media below. If you make any of these, send me a picture. I would love to see it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, sauce makers. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks. I'm gonna have some salsa.